Greetings, gamers! Welcome to part number 57 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy of the Holy War, and in today's episode, it is time to seize. The Thracians are on such a different level to anybody we fought before, Lewin. It almost feels as if each blow is fueled by pure desperation. See, Thracia has always had a bad lot in life. Much of its land is consumed by mountains. Farming its own food is a near impossible task, so they struggle to keep themselves fed. Thracia's men seek mercenary work to find the money to stay alive, while its women are stuck in whatever dreary jobs they can dig up. Interesting. Don't get me wrong, Seliph. King Travant is still an awful man, but there's far more than his own petty gain at stake in his schemes. The Thracian army is as loyal to Travant as they come. They ardently believe it's Travant who will guide Thracia out of its endless famine. I see. That does make sense. The thing is, no amount of poverty will ever justify Thracia's aggression. Thank you! You actually said something intelligent for once, Lewin. I'm going to be honest, and I'm not trying to down anybody necessarily, or down anybody's likes necessarily, but I hate Lewin. I think he's the worst part of Genealogy's second generation story. I love Gen 1 story. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But the exposition from Lewin is so just politically stupid and morally stupid for that matter. And finally, he says something intelligent here. No amount of poverty will ever justify anybody's evil. Anybody's sin, aggression, whatever it is. I don't care what situation you are, what circumstance you have in life, it does not justify what you do. It's one of the many reasons why I don't agree with anything going on anymore, anywhere, about anything. You've got people left and right making it seem like people who have killed, raped, robbed, murdered, molested, so on and so forth, are not really that bad because they had horrible childhoods. Get out. I don't care if their childhood was worse than what they're receiving over in the Middle East, where their children are literally being initiated into a devil's religion, basically a cult on the scale of Lopter, and told that they have to kill in order to appease their faker god. Like, get out. I don't care what childhood you've got going on in life, in America especially, or any first world country, you don't have it that hard. And when you're taking your aggression out on other people because of your poverty, whether being poor in spirit or poor in mind, poor in heart, or poor in finances, is because you are a fool. Pure point and blank. Travant's band of nobility and justice would never be accepted anywhere else in the world. All the peninsula's north can see are rowdy aggressors who threaten their peaceful lives. As harsh as it may seem, Seliph, I trust you know you can't afford to stay your hand here. The Thracian royal family is the enemy, and a grave threat to the North's peace. Stripping them of power is the only choice. That task falls to us, and we can't fail now.
The Liberators have seized Meath? Could I have been wrong about them? Oh, Arion.
Goodbye, Altena. Of course I'm going to save my progress. I think it's a very intelligent thing to do. Chapter 9. Coming up. With the liberation of the peninsula's north, Seliph's army occupies Meath Castle as their headquarters, uncertain of how to next act. Beyond Meath and the engulfing maw of its peaks lies the Draconites' kingdom, Thracia. This rural nation is ruled by King Travant, who remains bound in coalition to Emperor Arvis. Thracia is the only state anywhere in Jugdral regarded as an ally by the Grand Vale Empire. Within Thracia, Travant's minions await Seliph, his children Altena and Arion at the capital. The legendary General Hannibal dubbed Thracia's shield at Cappadocia Castle. The king's trusted advisor, General Disler, at Luthetia Castle. And a Loptrian agent from the Empire, Bishop Judah, at Grushia Castle. Travant has fortified his kingdom for one final full-scale showdown with the Liberators. Thracia's people hardly offer Seliph an eager welcome. Fearing Seliph as a conqueror, they flock in droves to take up arms themselves. How could any justice lie in this conflict? For whose sake is this war being fought? For the first time, these questions now shake both Seliph and his army's resolve to the core. Chapter 9, For Whose Sake? I think these questions are kind of laughable, because in reality, Thracia is obviously an evil force, an enemy force. Thracia Castle. Altena, what was that sorry display? Why, pray tell, is Munster still standing?
Father,
I've no interest in any more excuses. Don't you dare belittle me, Altena. You are a warrior beyond compare, and you and Arion embody my will beyond these walls. I expect no less than for you to do your duty. And what do I find instead? You've ignored my orders, left and an entire platoon to the slaughter, and strolled home as if nothing ever happened. I've never been more disappointed.
I'm sorry, Father, but at least let me explain. I could never agree with such tactics, which enrich us at the expense of everybody else. How could you ever expect the proud Thracian people to accept prosperity built on the bones of others? Please, Father, rethink your ways.
Enough, Altena. There's no place here for such meddling. Still your tongue and obey, Father. Father, bear in mind, Altena is still young and unseasoned. I suspect she merely found the last battle too overwhelming a prospect. Please do forgive her, even just this once. You know, Arion, if you just hold back on the coddling, perhaps Altena wouldn't be so stubborn. Look, Altena, I'll give you one last chance. Take a Draco Knight platoon and retake Meath. If you so much as slip again, then daughter be damned. I will accept no excuses. Understood?
Yes, Father.
Daughter be damned. Family resemblance indeed. It's plainly obvious that she loathes me. Father, you have to remember that she's still a child. Like all children, she has yet to realize her thoughtless words have real effect. I suppose. I'm off to Cappadocia. I hear Hannibal's found himself some funny ideas about my plans. And so if it fails me to ensure he loses those ideas before somebody gets hurt. I've never seen Father so fearful. What could possibly have happened? What could have happened indeed? Cappadocia. General Hannibal, the rebels have seized control of Meath. Altena is en route to counterattack. Your armored knights will join her at once. Your Majesty, I've said it 1,000 times and I'll say it again. There's no use fighting this war. We must arrange a truce with the liberators if we wish to recover the strength to endure. Bowing to the Empire was a despicable choice to start, one which now leaves us serving our citizens to the true enemy on a gilded platter. I did not ask for such dopey nonsense. The rebels have slaughtered my soldiers, and now they've stolen our territory. The hour is far too late for a truce. I thought as much. Very well, I suppose I have no choice. What's this, Hannibal? Do I hear traitorous rumblings coming from that mouth of yours? Come now, your Majesty. Never would a warrior such as I consider turning my cloak. Traitor indeed. Really now? Then I trust you wouldn't object to a test of your warrior's loyalty. Until the war reaches its victorious end, Hannibal, I'll be taking care of your son. I beg your pardon, your Majesty. Do you have such little faith in me? You have nothing to worry about, Hannibal. If you don't intend to betray me, then I don't intend to do so much as a scratch on the boy. Why? Men, bring me Hannibal's son.
Papa!
Oh, Cairpre, I'm so sorry. Remember, Hannibal, you have nothing to worry about so long as you behave yourself. As soon as this war is won, you'll get him back. I don't get it, though. The boy isn't even your real son. How could he have such a sway over you? Cairpre has brought so much joy into my life. A true family transcends simple blood. Oh, could it be so? Does Thracia's great statesman have a soft spot for children? Now then, Thracia depends on you, Hannibal.
Luthetia Castle.
Distler, war is on the horizon. Defense of this castle is in your hands. Oh, your majesty, to have your presence is a true honor and pleasure. Rest assured, my lord, Luthetia is as an impregnable wall. I've seen to it myself. I'll hold you to your word. Now, I've reason to doubt the loyalty of Hannibal of Cappadocia. I've taken his son hostage just in case, and I'm leaving him in your custody. Yes, sir. I'll not let him out of my sight. But should Hannibal turn his cloak, then you'll kill the son. Don't be lulled into offering even a child such as he any mercy. Understood, my lord.
And then to Grucia Castle.
Bishop Judah, we may be indeed in need of reinforcements. How soon can I expect the Emperor to honor his end of the treaty? Even the great King Travant is wary of betrayal, is he? Be at peace. An imperial unit is on the march to Thracia even as we speak. Good. In that case, I think I'll leave the defense of Grucia to your hands. Try not to get too cocky with the rebels, Bishop. They're of a treacherous sort.
Meath Castle, where Seliph and friends are stationed. Looks like they finally sending more Draconites our way, Seliph. This must be it. It's time we readied everybody for battle.
I don't know, Lewin.
Our foremost enemy is the Empire, is it not? Waging a war here feels meaningless.
The point of a battle comes from how you conduct yourself in it, Seliph. And we hardly have much choice at this point. We're already this far into the fight.
But what of the Draconite who was watching us from the Monster Peaks? I've seldom seen such a sad look in anybody's eyes. How could I fight somebody like her?
That's enough, Seliph. This is a war. If you can't stand it anymore, then go on. Run home to Tirnanog.
Lewin.
I beg your pardon, Lord Lewin. His Majesty is tired and stressed. Such harsh words are uncalled for.
Look, I know, but everyone is just as stressed as he is. Yet they all know that we can't afford to stop. With the resurrection of Lopter lurking on the horizon, it's crucial we get to Granvale and stop the world falling to ruin while we still can.
Thank you, Oifi, but Lewin speaks the truth. An inevitable battle lies ahead, and if we see it in it naught but futility, then my duty is to carve my own purpose into it. Come, Oifi, Lewin, I'll never again flinch or turn away. Is something wrong, Finn? You've been awfully quiet since we left Menster. Is something on your mind? Oh, yes, my lord. I don't suppose you saw a lone Draconite lurking atop the mountains of Munster? Oh, that woman, I saw her. I don't believe it's every day that you encounter a female Draconite, is it? Was there something amiss about her? It was her weapon. She was wielding Jaybolg, Leonster's Holy Lance. And I sensed an aura cloaking her, the holy aura of Nova, like your father. What? What are you saying, Finn? There's only one explanation, my lord. Your sister, Altena, mustn't have died in the Thracian ambush 17 years ago. Nor must Jaybolg have been lost. Altena? She's still alive? Then what in the blazes was she doing commanding the Thracian army? I'd surmise that Travant took her back to Thracia as a child and raised her as his own. Huh? Who knew a man as cold as Travant could do something so harmless? It isn't so simple, my lord. Altena is the sole inheritor of your father's holy lineage from the earth, Blanker, Nova. As such, unlike you, she alone is capable of wielding Jaybolg. Power is the only reason a man like Travant would ever be so kind to his enemy's child. So he's tricked my sister just so he can use her like a weapon? Travant, what a disgusting man. I want to help her, Finn. If we can tell her the truth, then I know we can work together to avenge our parents. My lord, I believe you're the only one who could possibly convince her now. Even after all these years, my lord, you are still her brother. I'm certain she will open her heart to you if you try. Please, my lord, please save Lady Altena. That is the intention. So obviously you get to talk to good old Altena with Leaf. That's just easy to understand. So Hannibal here, he is the Cappadocia general with 5 authority stars. I wonder if he keeps these authority stars. I don't know if it matters though. So the interesting thing about General Hannibal is that he's pretty decent at combat and kind of a pretty powerful warrior, except for his magical resistance side of things. Not really speedy either, to any marginal degree. This man right here is kind of a problem. So what's going to have to happen is I'm going to be using my sleep staff on him to bypass him, because you do not want to seize Cappadocia before you seize Lutetia, because Disler is holding Hannibal's son hostage at Lutetia. So I have to seize Lutetia, then I have to rummage back here and talk to Hannibal with Cairpre, and that recruits him. So that's your little tidbit of a hint there. Now, before I move onward, I do have a lot of arena to deal with. I don't know who it is I'm going to send through the arena for this particular showcase. Master Knight Leaf needs gold, so I guess I could go through the arena with him. I think that would be pretty darn nice. The Brave Sword is perfect. He doesn't actually need crit on it either. Leaf is just an incredible fighter right now. He's not going to be matched by anybody in the arena. And really, all he's going in here for is gold, because he's going to need an absurd amount of it due to the fact that he is basically the best wielder in this game of items. Nice fighting, mate. Here's your reward. One of those items being the rescue staff. I cannot wait to get that. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the chapter where you can buy it from the good old armory. I don't remember exactly how expensive it is. I don't think it's the most expensive of the staves, of course. I don't think it's even 30,000 like the sleep and the... that magic is actually pretty nice. Like the sleep and silent staffs. But it's just so darn good that it wouldn't even matter if it was that expensive. I would still be trying my absolute hardest to make sure that a unit like Leaf got it. And some more gold, and now it's rank 5. Slayton, the Fire Mage, with Fire. I don't think he's going to put up much of a fight for Leaf. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody's going to put up any kind of a fight for Leaf, because Leaf is insanely strong due to his skill combination, as well as something as powerful as the Brave Sword. Let alone the fact that he has basically all of his stats capped. It would be very nice if he got speed. He only needs, I think, still 2 points left. Or 1 point left. He actually needs 1 point of speed. He got speed last level up, which is pretty nice. Rank 7, Kanan, the Baron, with Tornado and a Magic Ring. .34 attack with the Tornado means that he actually only has 14 magic with the Magic Ring, and that means he really only has 9 magic. But where he's powerful is his defenses. Armory. Mend. Aha. So if you don't pass down the rescue staff through either Ideen being lovers with Azel or Claude, and she must talk with them, I think, in either chapter 4 or 5, you only get the rescue staff purchasable in the next chapter's armory. So that's kind of unfortunate. Though, the rest of this chapter's preparations are going to be taken on off screen. So I'll see you in a moment. All right, my preparations are done, gamers, and this is what my team looks like. So Seliph obviously was able to pass through the arena with ease. I wish he had a bit more speed. He only has 8 levels to go, and it's not looking like he's going to get into the 20s, especially because his base speed was 8 at level, 1? So he's only gotten 8 levels of speed, which is kind of insane. Well, actually, not even, because he gets speed upon promotion. Not great. I'll just say that. He's not the greatest I've ever had a Seliph, though I will say he is very resistively powerful. Um, Shannon was able to make it through, of course, these folks. Ulster is now a promoted hero, which is pretty cool. I didn't really show off any of the promotions. Faval made it through, but he's such a low level, he doesn't really care. I have the Recover, Restore, Warp on Leaf. I'm thinking about getting rid of the Speed Ring in order to keep the Wind Sword when I do get the Rescue Staff, because having all 4 staves as well as a ranged and an up close option for attacking with him just sounds like the better idea. I'm still kind of a little bit torn by it, right? Because if I do this, then this means that he'll have 5 attack speed less, regardless of what he does. So I don't know. I'll get to cross that bridge when I get to it. Johan is now a great knight. The Brave Axe is at 61 kills. He does have a skill ring. He has a 20% skill, or a 20%, 31% chance to crit. Right now, he is blossoming into a fantastic unit because of this combination. And really, honestly, if you've never thought Johan was any good because of one thing or another, due to the fact that he's not in a great class, he doesn't have great skills per se, especially because he doesn't even have Paragon. It would be so much better if Johan and Jahelvier had Paragon to start. I think they would be relatively fantastic units if that was the case, because they'd be able to get to their promotions much quicker and be able to do much more damage, especially because you're not giving the Brave Axe to anybody else. You just aren't. I mean, now I could give the Brave Axe to somebody like Leaf, but you still would not want to do that. Of course, Zed made it through the arena, albeit he actually had a bit of trouble with the final fight in Canaan. He actually got a point of magic, which is kind of insane, only a 10% growth. This is Dermot as a Forest Knight, promoted. He is fantastic. His gold is overflowing. He has the Light Brand, of course, with 64 crit, or 64 KOs, 23 skill, and 23 speed, along with 21 strength plus 5. So he has 26 strength. And then he's obviously way better at close range combat, but 15 magic is actually pretty insane right now. That's pretty darn good, because what it means is that he's actually going to have a 29 magical attack. When he crits, he will have a 58 magical attack. That is on the levels of holy weapons at maximum magic with a unit. Of course, now if a holy weapon is getting a crit, we're talking about a whole different story, but still, he's going to crit reliably, and I find this to be a fantastic build. Now, he only has 9 levels to go, and I'm really hoping that he gets between 12 and 15 magic. That right there will really just turn the tables with him. It'll actually make a very significant damage difference, him just having 2 more magic. It's unfortunate that he doesn't ever get good resistance, because he's not really good at dealing with magic units in this guise. But really, you don't have him to deal with magical units. You have him to deal with strong physical units, like, for instance, Health Swath users, just like Azel did in the previous generation. And of course, he now has Adept, which is his class skill. This is insane. His capped speed is 27, which means he's going to have minimum 25 attack speed with the Light Brand. In fact, I think, that's what he's going to have. So he's going to have a 25% chance to just double attack, which is really great. I appreciate that. Finn got through the arena. Basically, every one of my combative units, except for Julia, got through the arena. Promoted Lester with 21 strength and 22 speed, plus 5s in both of those because of speed and power ring. He's actually insanely strong, especially because Brave Bow is already at crit 66 kills. He is going to be a terror against enemies. Crit Brave weapons are insane. They're just the best weapons in the series. It's one of the reasons why the Brave Bow and the Kingmaker and Thracia are such incredible weapons. Ares is now a promoted paladin. He has still his same skills. He doesn't get anything from this, but he has much better statistics. 38% chance to just crit is pretty awesome. 21 resistance is also really good alongside his 22 defense. This is going to make him quite the tanky opponent, and I really appreciate this. And here's Arthur. This is the crowning glory of my combative units. He has now the Pursuit Band, which costs 40,000, and the Thief Band, which costs 40,000. So I actually had to go through the arena and sell. I had to sell the Renewal Band, of course, as you can see here. I had to go through the arena with Fee and sell everything that she had, and I had to give over her gold to Arthur. So this is perfectly fine because she still has a ton of gold left. She wasn't able to complete the arena, and that's unfortunate. But Kanan was just posing too much of a threat. But going back to good old Arthur, the Forseti is only 4 KOs away from crit. And once it gets there, alongside the fact that he's constantly going to be stealing gold, he's never going to need gold from Fee again. In fact, he's going to be the gold giver. This is just reality because he's going to get to a point where every single enemy he fights, he's going to steal gold. This is insane. You want him to be out in the front of pretty much every fight from this point forward once you get the Thief Band. He has the Pursuit Band now, so he can pursuit. He has Adept, Wrath, and Critical. Alongside the effect of being able to pursuit. He's going to have crit with this weapon, so it's going to increase his crit by a marginal bit more. So right now he has a 32% chance to crit, right? Because he has 10 plus his skill, and then he has the critical skill. Once he gets KOs, it's going to increase. And once he gets to 100 kills, which is going to happen in this generation, he is going to have an insane amount of crit. I don't remember his caps. Mage Knight's caps are actually not that great from my recollection. I think 25 magic is the highest. I do intend on giving him the next magic ring I get, so he'll have 60 total magical damage rather than just 55 at max. And that's pretty good. I think he gets around 27 speed and 25 skill max. So he's never going to get as good as a Sage is concerning these particular stats, but he has 9 movement, the ability to perform Canto, and now he has all of these skills alongside like the Thief skill. He's going to be insane. I never need to use anything other than Forseti anymore. The only reason why Wind is even on him is specifically in case I'm out in combat and I run out of Forseti uses. That's literally it. In fact, I've even thought about, once I do have the gold, going to the armory, for instance, and buying something like, well, actually, no, it would be in the pawnbroker, wouldn't it? Yes. So buying Thoron. Elwind is not useful for him. In fact, I'm pretty sure the unit that can use Elwind is Tenny, and I just have not bought it for her. Elwind is insanely good compared to El Thunder. In fact, grand scheme of things, I think it's her best potential weapon in this generation. She doesn't need El Thunder or Thunder. Considering that I'm only using her for arena and I'm not really doing anything with her otherwise, and she can't even pass the arena, like she just really can't. She needs some KOs. She needs some help. There's that. But either way, he's going to be buffed up very soon with Thoron as his secondary tome. I would like Tornado to be a secondary tome, but I'm not getting that until I think partway through this chapter. I think it might be, yeah, I think it's partway through this chapter. Of course, Oifi went through the arena. This guy is just nuts. He doesn't even need the Brave Sword, but believe me, the Brave Sword does help. Larse was able to go through the arena. I have sold the Restore and the Warp, of course. I did repair the Silence and the Sleep. Now that she is lovers with Dermot can just share all his wonderful gold with her, and that's exactly what he's going to do. I'm not moving him this turn because Lana needs gold. And I'm going to go here, Pawnbroker. Now that I have an overflowing amount of... Oh, wait, what am I doing? I got to buy that back. This is what I meant to do. I've done that so many times. Selling when I meant to go to the blacksmith and just not paying attention to what I'm doing. But I think she's perfectly fine now. I actually think because of the overkill gold, she no longer needs the heal staff, so I can just sell this. Granted, she's not really going to be that useful or helpful. Her sleep and silence are going to be useful, especially sleep in this particular chapter. I am going to be moving her out as much as possible, healing with her as much as possible, because I do want to get her promoted. I just don't know how viable that's going to be, especially because I stole her warp from her, but oh well. Julia was not able to bypass Arena Level 3, but that might change because I am going to be dealing with combat, a lot of combat with Julia in this chapter. This is actually the chapter that training Julia is pretty significantly easy because of all the Draco Knights that come out at you pretty much in every way. Fee wasn't able to beat Kanan, like I said, but that should be able to change also this chapter as well, so hopefully that's the case. And then Nana is only a little bit of experience points away from being able to promote. Now I'm going to be able to do that next turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave the castle with her and return a unit so that she can do just that. I think I have to be mindful of where I can put my units. So I'm going to say right here, probably. Oh no, I need Lana to go out. Because the thing is with Lana, she has to be the one who puts Hannibal to sleep. Then the rest of my units, Leaf and Arthur are going to join Seliph, because these are my most important combative units. And dance. Perfect. And then I do have to be also careful where I put all of my units right now. Wait right there. Seliph can wait right here. And Leaf can wait right here. Especially because he's paired with Nana, he doesn't really care if Nana is capable of catching up right yet. Nana needs to return someone. So Fee and Patty have to go across this mountain range over here. I'm going to be doing that ASAP, once Fee can move again, that is. And return. And I'm also going to return Nana. She's going to be able to promote before I leave the castle next turn. Magic and Res. Very appreciated on her. Very appreciated indeed. And the rest of my units can just keep on moving. Lana is paired with Dermot finally. So I don't have to worry about these two being next to each other, which is nice. I do need Ares to continue pairing with Lean, though. Though, granted, I don't think that's going to matter any, because she doesn't need any more gold in this game. And then I think I will move out these two, of course. I did make a bit of a mistake, though. Oh, yeah, Leaf cannot go this way. Leaf actually has to stay at the castle, so I'm going to have to make sure to remember that next, or particularly next turn. And yeah, Faval can talk to Patty. Patty! Hey, Patty! Don't tell me you've been stealing again.
Oh, yep, just a bit though.
Look, I don't care if you're just stealing from the enemy. I don't like you stealing at all. Knock it off, okay?
What? Do you think I do like doing this? That I'm stealing for the fun of it? This army needs to eat, you know, and we need gold for that. We don't have all that many options here.
Yeah, but Haven't you heard what people are saying about you? I caught this guy mocking you, like being a thief's a walking punchline. What else did you expect from a pirate's brat? Like mother, like child, he kept saying. Of course, I wiped the floor with him or that.
It doesn't matter what people think, Faval. Let them say whatever they want. It doesn't change a thing about Mom. And it doesn't change that she was an heir of Euler the Crusader. I was in tears when Lewin told me about her. I've never been so happy.
Yeah, me too. We haven't exactly had the best lives, poor orphans and all that. But I never even dreamed that our mother could actually be a noblewoman. I don't suppose you remember anything about her, Patty?
Nope, not a thing. You?
Yeah, but only just a little. She was a kind and beautiful woman.
So is she. Do you think Mom's dead?
I can't say for sure, but as soon as the war's done, Patty, we're gonna go look for her. We'll find our mother, Bridget, and even though we don't even know his name, maybe we'll find our father too. Luck +1, that's quaint, cute even. So Bridget is very much alive, actually, which is really cool, and what that entails is, the reason why that is because Bridget is actually Avel in Thracia, and she definitely doesn't die in Thracia, and she's not dead in this game. The rebels are on the move, are they? Lord Hannibal, we're ready to attack at any moment. We await your command. Wait. For the time being, we should remain on the defensive. I prefer to avoid any needless skirmishes with the enemy. But sire, what about... My son? I know. But for now, I would rather hold back and let the battle unfold on its own. First, my apologies, Knotts, but I'd like you to take charge of defending the castle. As you will, sire. So some of these units should definitely go after Arthur right now. I don't think any of them obviously pose a threat. Some of them could end up hitting him, and he does have low enough defense that wouldn't matter. But either way, I think it's going to be fine. Leaf, unfortunately, does have to move back because he actually has to stay at Meath Castle. Particularly because somebody is going to be joining Meath Castle, and I need that somebody to be recruited by Leaf. Yeah, these guys all have brave weapons, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least most of them have brave weapons. The bow units have brave weapons. There might be a few others. 2,000 gold per strike, which is very nice. So it's actually very well possible to just buy the pursuit or the thief band at this point if you can't afford both, because that was actually kind of very expensive. I had to spend 80,000 gold to get both on this unit. If Fee and Arthur weren't paired, that would have been impossible at this time, because there's pretty much no way I would have been able to get him enough gold for that. The renewal band, one of the reasons why I do absolutely love giving that to his father, Lewin, is because then when I have it on him, I can give him an extra 20,000 gold. I don't actually have it on him so that he can use it for anything other than selling it. And I think that's fairly well enough what you would want from it anyway. It's actually very good at that because it costs 20,000 gold. Well, it costs 40,000. You get 20,000 in the pawn shop.
All units move in and engage the rebels. We will return Meath to Thracian control.
All right, so these guys are all going to meet their doom to Nosferatu, hopefully. Sometimes Julia is not strong enough to deal with them. Hopefully she can deal with at least the majority of them. And Leaf is, like I said, going to go back to the castle. And I have to be very careful here. I don't want any of these guys... Oh, you know what? I actually have a way to do this. So with a little bit of a reset magic, I put Leaf back here. I'm actually going to go ahead and use the staff, the sleep staff, on Hannibal right now. And the reason why that is because I'm going to end up putting Arthur in the middle of this like whole slew of enemies here. he's going to take them all out, and then I'm just going to move past as soon as I possibly can. The sleep is broken. That's perfectly fine. It has served its full purpose at this moment. Warp you back home. Very nice. 60 experience points.
I'm back, Dermot. Have you been waiting for me all this time?
Yeah, I was starting to worry about how long you were gone. Quaint little conversations. Back you go. And then, of course, I'm going to class change. She's going to become a paladin, and of course, I'm going to do that just now. Nana will finally become reasonably, decently capable of dealing with combat. I do believe I got through the entire arena with her too, but that was by the miracle and the wonder of the good old Brave Sword with 70 plus crit on it, or 70 plus KOs. 6 strength. I really do think the female paladin promotion is just so much better than the male paladin promotion. She's actually reasonably good at combat now. I don't think she needs to do anything. I guess she could repair the return staff, the one little bit it's missing there. Just specifically because I know I'm going to end up using it later on. And these two are going to get danced for again. All right, so I'm going to get everybody ready. Love the fact that they're all promoted now because this makes just everything so much better. Faval is actually going to come down here for a good reason later on in this particular chapter. I did not mean to use the silver sword there, but okay. And of course, I'm going to move on back. Equip the Brave Sword. I think I just have everybody in the castle left. Arthur, Julia, Dermot, where the heck are you? You're in the castle still. You need to get out. And so do you, Nana. I think I'll just wait. They need to stay together. And of course, Arthur is going to deal with the Brave Bow Wielder right here. This should be an easy next couple of turns, especially because Hannibal is asleep. I no longer have to worry about him being a threat to my units. Faval is actually going to be a bit of a distraction for him. Right here. And that will be the end of my turn. Cappathosia's phase is up. Yeah, the Brave Bows are probably the scariest foes over here concerning Arthur, because he absolutely does not want to get hit, and they have probably the highest percentage chance to hit him. I did not elect to go into the forest, because if they don't have any hit at all, they won't bother, which is not great. All right, so every one of these guys are going after Arthur. That's pretty cool. I was actually expecting this guy to go after one of my units over there, potentially even like Johan or whatever, but I'm guessing it's because these units can do the most damage to Arthur due to the fact that he has by far and away the lowest defense. It's possible that he was doing actually nothing to Johan. And yeah, see, now that's not great. The fact that he was just hit twice is kind of a little bit absurd. I just have to hope that he's not hit for the rest of this turn. There are a couple more brave weapons, though, so it's actually not impossible. But like I said, Arthur is the best for this part of combat, especially due to the fact that he just gets so much out of it with the gold that he steals. And you attack self because why? I guess the guy was like, you know what, I want that weapon to have just one more crit on it. Was that speed that he got there too? I really hope so. Alright, thank you for missing. $2,000 gold obtained. And I think this is the last guy that can move. Nope, I was wrong. But at least he did not hit Arthur, which is just what I was hoping for. Perfect. Level up, HP, luck. Not really great. Not really great at all. He must be at cap speed. What a sorry joke. Me, a distinguished general, stuck babysitting some brat?
Excuse me, Mr. Disler, but let me go. Papa doesn't want to fight. He's out there risking his life all because of me.
Silence, boy. If Thracia's legendary shield refuses to ply his warrior's craft of his own will, then we will force him to, by any means necessary.
Oh, Papa, sorry.
And a little bit more village burning. I do believe there is a barrier ring over there, whom I do like giving over to my resident Pegasus Knight. And the issue with that is that I'm pretty sure that the guy burning down the village is the guy who gives such a ring, and you have to get over there as soon as possible. You are on a very strict time limit. Luckily, this is one of the times that Fee actually proves her worth, given her propensity to fly over things. So yes, Arthur has well over 100% growth in speed, so that means he is at the speed cap for Mage Knights, which is not great. Though he does have 42 speed, and all in all, with Forseti, that means he actually has a 37 attack speed right now, which is still pretty insane. His funds are ever growing because of the wonder of the Thief Band. However, I want to thank you for joining me. This has been a long haul, and I appreciate you for coming along. If you like my content, please upvote or follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform. Leave a comment down below. While you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.